So good morning, welcome to Python programming class. Today we'll be discussing about list of lists. So before that, I would like to give solution to the assignment that I have given previously in the previous class. Let me go back to the collab. Okay, this I'll be sharing with you. I'll share the same thing with everyone. Okay, anyone with on the internet with this link can view. Okay, copy link. Okay, I'll just put it in the chat box for everybody. Okay, it has been shared in the chat box. It has been shared. The same collab, you can use it. Okay, solution. So first thing is you all have executed using list methods. So I'll show you without using list also we can list methods, we can execute all these things. How to execute all these things. So scores is a list I have already created. Now insert 9 at the beginning of the list. So what I have to do, scores is equal to 9 plus scores. If I do it and if I print it, print scores, you can see it is done. The 9 is inserted at the position number 1, that is 0 position. It is executed. It is executing. Yes, see, 9 is executing. Now insert 8 at position number 3. Yes, that is also without using any list method I can do it. Scores is equal to scores of colon 3. That means up to 3, 0, 1, 2 is, I am extracting the list elements. After this, I'm adding 8. I'm adding 8, the list element 8. And after that, the rest of the positions. Scores of 3 colon from the 3rd position onwards till the end. So I'll do that. And I just print scores. So let me see what will be my output. Yes, 8 is inserted at position number 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I could able to do it. Insert 7 at the end of the list. Very simple. Very simple. Scores is equal to scores plus 7. Yes, you can do it. And finally, you can print it. Print. Yes. Run it. So when you say plus 7, 7 is inserted at the end. Yeah, you got it. You see, it is, you got it. Like this, you can insert at the end. Scores can be inserted at end. Now, this I'll do it at the end. Delete all the elements because now if I delete, everything goes off. Delete position number 3. Delete position number 3. Very simple. Scores. Yeah, Chandru, you're correct. Line number 6 can be written like this also. Or you can also write it like this. Scores plus is equal to 7. This way also you can write. This is also right way. Another way. So I'll comment this. You can see it is an alternate way. Either you can do it in this way, line number 6, or in line number 7. Whichever the way you want, you can do it. If I run it, same effect. Yes, it will be adding. Yeah. In short, you can write. Now, delete the element which is there in the index position number 3. Very simple. Delete the element which is there in the index number 3. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 8 has to be removed. Very simple. Scores is equal to scores colon 3 up to 3 plus scores yeah. You can type the USN later, Ashwini. When I say, you type it. Okay. Scores of 4 colon. That means position number 0, 1, 2 plus third position, you are not adding it. You are trying to add, you're trying to display 4, 5, 6. So leaving the third position, leaving the third index position, all the elements you are storing it back. And you just print it. Print scores. Yes, you run it. It is done. You can see, except the 8th one, you're doing it. So I'm trying to solve the assignment without using any additional list methods. I'm not using any list methods. Right. So delete at the beginning, very simple. Scores is equal to scores of 1 colon. That's all. Finished. 0 position, you take it out. You try to display all the elements from 1 to the last. All the elements, whatever you are, generating, you store it in scores. Print scores. Yes, except the first element. See, 9 is removed. You can see 9 is removed. Similarly, delete an element at the end of the list. Very simple. Deleting the element at the end of the list is very simple. Scores is equal to scores colon -1 up to -1. So all the elements you can display. You can use it. Print scores. Display. You see the last element, except the last element, everything you are generating, and all those generating elements I am writing back to scores. Deleting all the elements, making the entire list empty. Very simple. Scores is equal to, that's all. Just make it print scores. Gone. All the elements are gone. You see, it's an empty. See, without using any method, I could able to achieve. So that is the power of indexing. Indexes are so powerful in Python. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Pa. Yeah.
Cut out.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, is it the method right now you're using is memory efficient, or the one we use with inbuilt method is efficient, sir?
This is efficient. You know why? I'm not
I need to
calling
know, sir.
any. I'm not calling any function. I'm not calling any method. Since there is no method, your operation becomes more faster. Correct. So when I call a function, automatically function separate memory has to be allocated for that function or a method, and it has to execute there. It has to make use of stack function call. Control has to transfer, and it has to perform all the operations. Finally, the result has to be returned back. So it is quite a time-consuming process for the interpreter. But when I use directly like this, what happens? You are playing with memory. You are playing with memory. That's all. Elements, you are removing elements, you are adding just memory operations, memory cells. You're just adding cell, removing a cell, inserting a cell, just like that. So this is more efficient. The number of functions or methods you use, your program will consume more and more memory, more and more time. So without using methods, we are doing it. Okay. So you'll understand whenever you are executing very big programs with respect to data science, very big data sets if you are using. So each minute, each second is valuable. The processing time is more valuable. So you should practice trying to execute the programs without as less as methods or functions. Okay, so that is my this one. But if you are using repetitively, methods are having its own advantages. You can certainly go with it. Or functions, you can certainly go with it. So this method, I think nobody has done it. So I just wanted to, give you an idea. In this way also you can do it. In this way also you can do it. Okay, let us come back to our class. Working with lists of lists. This nested lists, we call it as. We know lists are heterogeneous. That means list can hold any type of data. List can hold another list. We call it as a list of list. It is also called as nested lists. Look at the life. Life is a list that contains 3 more lists inside. So lifespan, average lifespan of a person in Canada is 76 years. US 75 years. Mexico 72 years. So it is just like that. So some data is stored, and you are storing like a list of lists. And if you want to access zero, life of 0, 1, that means from a 0th element, 1 is 76. This is 0001, 76.5. So you can access, just like how you are accessing, uh, the list index. It's the same way. This is indexed as 0, this is indexed as 1, this is indexed as 2. In that 0, I'm trying to access Canada 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, like this. We can access. Okay, this is list of lists. Especially when you are taking up matrix operations on lists, this is quite useful. This is quite useful. Okay. Let us see how it is memory, it is mapped. So it creates three lists. Look at here. So life is a list that contains three elements, 0, 1, 2. What is there in 0? 0, you have another list. That is ID3 is a list which contain ID1 and ID2. What is ID1? ID1 is Canada. ID2 is float, that is 76.5. So like this. This is a container. This is a container. So list of list is nothing but container of containers. And each element, individual elements are lists under single list. So such three lists are contained in another list. So it is just like this. So in the examination, they ask a question. Represent list of list in terms of object diagram. That is memory object diagram. So you are supposed to write like this. And these terminologies I have already explained. What is ID1, what is str, what is this value, ID2, the data type and value. So same thing you have to follow, and you have to connect it like this, and finally it has to hold like this. This is what we have. We'll see some more examples in Google Colab. We'll straight away go into Google Colab. Okay. Creating list of lists. Yes, that is one list that I have. So let me create the same list which I have created. Life is equal to, straight away you can write, you can certainly write. Inside this you have Canada, comma 76.5, and you have USA. In USA you have 75.5. In the third one is Mexico. 72.5. You can also add India. You know what is the average lifespan in India? 63.1. See, this is where we are not living healthy. Okay. Now, we have created, and let me print life. So when I print life, I get like this, list of lists. The same thing, I can create it like a list of lists, like a matrix. Look at here, this is a matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix. See, it's a list of lists. I can create it, 3 cross 3 matrix. And I'm creating a for loop. If I print like this directly, print X, if I print, what happens? It will print in a single line directly. But I want to print it like a matrix only. So what I'll do, for R in X, that means R reference represents row. One row, it will print one row. And after that, at the end, it will go to the new line. Next, it will print second row, it will go to the next line. It will print another row, it will go to the next line. So it is just like this. You just run it. Look at here. First row, second row, third row. You're just printing row by row, each element, each list, each list, row by row, you're doing it. Okay. Now, Suppose I want to create a zero matrix. Zero matrix. I can create like this. M is equal to n. M comma n is equal to 3 comma 4. 3 comma 4. So 3 and 4. 3 elements, 4 rows. So what is that it is doing? It is creating 0. Inner loop for j in range n. N means 3. 3 times zeros are added. 0 comma 0 comma 0. One row is created. Like this, it will create 4 rows. 4 rows it will create. And finally, you try to print the matrix. Look at here. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows you are printing. Same thing if you can put it in a for loop like this and print row by row, you can do it. So matrix and you can print R. Yes, if you do it. So 0, 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows and 3 columns are printed. Similarly, you can input number of rows, number of columns, and you can also input number of elements. Create a matrix by your own. This is static you have created. This is you have created, you have initialized and created. And here in this example, what you have done, you have created based on some value, that is automatic generation, string, list, using a list of lists, you could able to create it. And here you're trying to input the values, m and n values, and based on m and n value, what you're doing, you're creating a loop. You're creating a loop. So this loop, using this loop, you're trying to input the number and that number is placed here, and finally you're printing it. So look at here. Enter how many columns? I'm writing 3 columns. How many rows? 4 rows. Enter the element. Okay. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. See, I am feeding 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 is in first row. Yes, you got it. 4 5 6 in second row. 7 8 9 in third row. 10 11 12 in third row. Yes. See, like this you can create your own matrix. You can input matrix like this. You can do it. You can create a matrix. The same code, if you want to write it in C or in Java, you could have spent a lot of lines. See, entire matrix, you inputting a matrix and creating a matrix and looping, everything is done with one line. That is the real beauty. That is the real beauty of Python. So efficient. Python is so efficient. And addition of matrix. I have matrix X, matrix Y. I want to add. I don't know what is the, length of X. I'm creating length of X. Length of X in the sense, how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 elements. That means 3 lists are there inside a X list. Same way. Length of X0. X0 means the first list, how many elements are there? 3. 3 cross 3. Every time x of ij, y of ij is added and result of ij it is stored. You can see. It is calculating number of rows and number of columns. And based on that, it is preparing the result, and that result you are printing it. You can see 12 plus 5 is 17. Next, 7 plus 8, 15. 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Same way, 4 plus 6, 10. 7 plus 5 is 12. So like this, you get the result printed. You can also use matrix addition like this. So this is one way of doing it. It's a traditional way where it consumes a lot of line spaces. 14 lines are. You want to reduce it, you create a function. You write a function for printing of matrix. Matrix 1 is there, matrix 2 is there. And you can certainly write for loops. Here you have written for loop, a separate for loop. Same thing, you can write it like this. So the inner loop and the outer loop is written, and what is the operation that happening inside inner loop, you write it, and the result. So print matrix is a function, user defined function that will print the matrix X, the matrix form. Same way matrix Y, matrix result. Yeah, you can see matrix X, matrix Y, and matrix result. 17 lines of code done. So the two printing of matrix, all the matrix. If you remove all these things, you can still save within 14 lines or 12 lines. You can finish it off. See, that is the beauty of Python. Fantastic matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. And before I teach the transpose of matrix, let me teach zip function. Zip is actually a built-in function which returns list of tuples where ith element, ith tuple contain ith element of the list. For example, look at here. I have x 1 2 3 y 4 5 6. Zip of x comma y is nothing but it creates a list of tuples. Tuples means pairs. We'll come to know what is a tuple in the next module. So for I in zipped, if you just do it, run it. So what happens? It will print 1, 4, 2, 5, group 3, 6. 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. Look at here. What is that it is doing? It is printing a transpose matrix. So zip function. Zip will pair 0 index of list 1, 0 index of list 2. 1 index of list 1, 1 index of list 2. 2 index of list 1, 2 index of list 2. Pairing. Transpose of a matrix. How to do? Very simple. I have only one list. X and Y. Only Y I am having. I want to print transpose of a matrix. Very simple. What I do? So it is having 4 columns and 3 rows. What I'll do? Y call in zip of star Y. Star Y, what it will do? It will take the list of lists in 0 position, 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, and print. And when you do it, it will print a transpose of a matrix. So